With it. Another jam-packed night in the association once again because we're fully entrenched in the NBA playoffs. The first game of the night was the Wizards taking on the Raptors. The Raptors jumped out and destroyed the Wizards like they have been doing throughout this entire series so far. The Raptors beat the Wizards 130-119 in Game 2 to take a 2-0 lead in the series. The Raptors jumped out 44-27 in the first quarter. Of course, Drake was being his normal, very combative self when he's sitting courtside cheering on his Toronto Raptors.
John, you're getting bodied by 20 tonight. 6 buzz. 6 buzz. You're a buck team, IG.
So as you can tell, Drake is being very combative with John Wall. There was also another video where he called Kelly Oubre a bum and, had some energy on his face that seemed to be, some tension. There's speculation online whether or not Drake used a homophobic slur in that video towards John Wall. We don't know. He's using his patois and trying to do different accents. But regardless, is Drake the most annoying celebrity fan in the NBA?
He's a troll.
He's a troll?
You
appreciate trolls.
Yes,
right?
I mean, we know him from his music. When he has it out for someone, he's going to troll the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Right now, it's playoff time, so everything is everything is a go. Yeah. And if you know anything about Toronto fans, they're all fucking annoying. The whole fucking country is annoying when it comes to basketball and fucking hockey.
Well, because isn't Toronto almost like a college atmosphere compared to other arenas?
It's a college atmosphere. I mean, you're gonna have a sold-out arena inside that arena and outside that arena.
Despite the fact it's like 20 degrees outside.
Yeah. And so there's just a bunch of nut jobs. So I haven't even mentioned Toronto this year. And someone already, where the fuck are you now? Where the fuck are you now? And I said, do you really want me to start? Because you already know when I start, Wizards win. So do you even want me to do it? And then someone else having, nah, my G, just let us win.
Now, of course, the internet likes to dig up old tweets and old things that make you seem a little crazy out here. Kelly Oubre had a tweet from 7 years ago, back in 2011. Quote, Drake has no swag, which had a ton of A's and G's. There's no telling how old Kelly Oubre was at that point in time.
I mean, not inaccurate, but,
Okay, so that's what you're
not inaccurate, number one. Number two, is Drake the most annoying fan in the NBA? Bar none, yes.
Really?
All right, as a Knicks fan, you know who's annoying? Spike Lee. You know who's extra fucking annoying? Drake, with all his nonsense.
He called Spike Lee annoying. He's a Knicks
Spike's
fan.
annoying, yes.
They're super fans.
I mean, I respect the passion and everything. Well, no, for Drake, though.
What is knowing is that fucker who sits in the corner and dances every fucking game when the dance came on. Now that guy's annoying.
Let him cook.
And where? What
Every arena, there's always that one guy who sits there and they put the cam on and he gets the crowd hyped before the fourth quarter. That guy's fucking annoying.
What's wrong with that guy?
That guy's fucking annoying. I'm sorry. And it's always this move. So he's going to always fucking sprinkle. He's always going to sprinkle.
It's so funny that Drake is this big-time Toronto Raptors fan, but he might have Stephen
He
Curry
has a
tattoo
Steph
and
and Kevin Durant tattoo.
I'm just saying.
He has his friends, okay? He probably has a little
You
Wayne.
have tattoos of your friends on you?
Gil, you my boy, but I'm not getting no damn tattoo.
No, I don't.
Not at all. The second game of the night, the Celtics blew out the Milwaukee Bucks once again, 120-106 in Game 2, taking a 2-0 lead in that series. Young Celtic, Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier scored a combined 53 points, and Giannis dropped 39 and 8. Chris Middleton chipped in with 25 points, and Eric Bledsoe, 5 for 13 from the field, 12 points, and Jabari Parker put up 0 points in 10 minutes. Mind you, it was a little spicy after the game. They asked Eric Bledsoe about Terry Rozier, and he was like, I don't know who the fuck that is. So we'll see how spicy things continue to get in Game 3. But for Milwaukee to have, we think they have talent in a vacuum, but considering what Eric Bledsoe did and Jabari Parker did, do you think they'll ever put up enough talent around Giannis to make this team a contender? No? So I guess you don't believe in Jabari Parker?
No, you said putting talent like they're gonna just bring in free agents. No free agents going to fucking Milwaukee.
Okay, so I guess that answers the
No,
question.
I'm just saying no free agents going to Milwaukee. So you have to build within, and building within. Do you have enough talent now? Unless a miracle happens where someone doesn't want their superstar, and they trade a $10 bill for 2 pennies.
Yeah,
Kawhi might be available.
Huh?
Send Kawhi to Milwaukee.
But that's the only way you're gonna get them. But the only way you're gonna build that team is some GM out there is that stupid.
But if you look at a team like OKC,
They give you magic beans.
it's Magic Beans. They've had a track record of success through the draft or trading to get superstar players. At one point in time, they had James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant all on the same team that they acquired through the draft. Maybe Milwaukee can do that and put talent around.
But how many championships have they won with knowing he's going to win the MVP with 3 MVP players on their team at one point?
0.
Yes.
And they only went
Because
to
they're
one
still
NBA
stupid.
Finals. Yeah.
Because they're still stupid.
Yeah, and mind you, that same squad had Serge Ibaka on that team and other standout players as well. So
All in their mid-20s.
that's crazy to think about. Cap,
Early
20s.
All right, whatever.
They were in their early
Early to mid-20s,
20s.
yes. They were
And
early,
then broke it up not to pay the luxury tax, but guess what they're paying now? Luxury
Yeah.
tax. Cap, Milwaukee, will they ever put talent around Giannis to make them a formidable contender in each conference? Because mind you, they're down 2-0 to the Boston Celtics, who are losing or missing their two best players in Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving.
I mean, you had a high draft pick in Thon Maker recently. Middleton's kind of developed into a decent guy. Bledsoe, there was a pickup, but I mean, Giannis signed a somewhat team-friendly $25 million a year kind of max deal, whatever, a year or two ago. He's got at least, I think, a few
He's
more years
entering
left.
the final two.
I think he's got a few more years left in the deal. So, like, they can do some maneuvering a little bit, but yes. I mean, is any major free agent going to go to Milwaukee? No. Hell no. So they have to get massively creative or luck out somewhere in the draft. So, long answer short, I don't think so.
Lucky in the draft. I mean, unless LeBron James is coming through the draft.
Well, they lucked out with Giannis.
Yeah, but it took him 3 years to get to where he is. But you're talking about Giannis to be, 26 at this time, 27. Damn near almost ready to leave.
But if you look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they have some talent. Maybe just
you could easily make a case they have more. So taking away Gordon Hayward and Kyrie not being in the lineup,
they definitely have more talent.
They have way more talent
right now.
Yeah, they have more talent, but do they have more players?
They don't have better coaching.
They definitely don't have better coaching.
It's more players. Do they have more players? See, the difference is Boston has players that know how to play the game. Milwaukee has young players.
Yeah, but Boston has young players too. Jaylen Brown's a second-year player.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum's a rookie.
Yeah.
But you still out. You have Al Horford, who's going to control and understand how to play that game. You have Smart. You have a
He's
team.
technically injured right now, but yes,
But
you have some guys
team
still
that
around.
can craft those young guys. When your best player and the leader of that team is 23, you don't. You don't really have nowhere to go.
But
Jason Terry's there, but
Jason Terry dunked on you?
Hey, he dunked on me when he was 20. He's 40 now.
Jason Terry has been playing forever. The theme of the night continues to be 2-0 leads in the series, and arguably the most entertaining, not even arguably, the most entertaining game of the three was the New Orleans Pelicans taking a 2-0 series lead against the Portland Trail Blazers, 111-102 AD. 22-13, a modest game for him, but Drew Holiday was obviously the story in this matchup. 33 points, 9 assists, 12 points in the fourth quarter. Gilbert, you made a great observation during the game where you said to yourself, Drew Holiday is just taking over the final 5 minutes. He seems to be the go-to guy in the clutch for the New Orleans Pelicans. Why do you feel that way?
Okay, see, I think media and fans, mostly fans, they want your best player. They want the superstar to be Michael Jordan. When they don't understand every superstar in the NBA doesn't have the capability of being a go-to guy. See, a go-to guy is the guy who can create from zero. So that means when all plays are broken down, you can give this guy the ball and he can create his own shot. That was Kyrie to LeBron. This is Holiday to AD. So if you look at the last 4 minutes of the game, AD, the best player on that team, hands down, no questions asked, but he didn't touch the ball the last 4 minutes.
No.
Because he is not the fourth quarter guy. The fourth quarter guy, you want the ball in his hand because he can create. He can bust through double teams. He can create his own shot. He has that advantage.
Do you think it's tough for a superstar player of Anthony Davis's caliber, who's had an incredible second half of the season, to relinquish that control and say, here, Drew,
but this guy has probably demonstrated what kind of player he was throughout. So they know this is the guy. So if you look at all the rebounds, Rondo's not being a point guard at this point.
Right.
Anthony Davis is not being a superstar at this point. Rebound, Holiday, do your thing, one-on-one. I don't need no screen and rolls. You didn't see no screen and rolls happening. It was just him breaking his man off the thing. And this is what Russell needed to understand. And he needs to understand. As you're Mr. Triple-Double, but you are not a fourth quarter player. You don't have the skill level. You don't have the creativity. You don't have crossovers behind the back. You don't have this kind of movement in a small, compact area to actually generate from zero. Yeah. You're like LeBron. You need to build up speed and take that advantage and use your boost. So their guy is Carmelo. So in the first 3 quarters, in the first 30-something minutes, Westbrook, it's your game. It's you and Paul George's game. Half-court basketball in a half-court last 4 minutes. Melo is that type of guy.
Yeah.
Can you ever, like an AD caliber, one of the top, 10 players in the game, whatever you want to, classify him as, can a guy of his caliber ever become a fourth quarter player?
That's not his skill.
So just he's always going to be a decoy.
Yeah, he's a decoy guy. Like, he does his job. That's why. Prime example, 2003, 2004, KG. The big ticket, top 5 player in the NBA.
MVP season.
MVP season. But Sam Cassell was the go-to guy at the end. Sam Cassell, that 35 years old, averaged 20 points a game, made an all-star for the only time in his career, because he got put in a situation where the main guy wasn't the guy. Give me the ball, this is my skill level. Hitting big shots, taking big shots, that's where my IQ elevates. Like, some star players they don't have that skill level.
That's a great point, because the next stop that KG made, where he had immense success with Boston, Paul Pierce was a late game player. A player that we all assumed was a late game player and could just dominate in these last minute situations. Dame Lillard, but I believe you gave a great stat.
He went for 18 in the first game. All those 18 came in the second half, I believe, and then 17 tonight. So Dame Lillard, who is a clearly top 5 MVP candidate, you can put him wherever you want in your hierarchy of that race.
Right.
But one of the top 5 players in the game this year only has 35 points to the team's first 3 playoff games at home.
But he's
a struggle.
But he's playing against 2 guards that offset his skill level. You got Rondo, who's a defensive player that's running around doing pick and rolls.
We saw Boston Rondo tonight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have that guy, and then if you try to take a breather, you have Drew Holiday, who is going to play one-on-one with you.
Yeah,
so he's giving back what you do. So now it's who hits who first.
Yeah, and Drew Holiday has a great case to be an all-defensive player in the NBA.
And that's what I said, and that's what he's good at that too. He's a great defensive player.
I would have given the Blazers, the edge in terms of personnel heading into this series,
yes.
And they've been outplayed. So.
Because you don't know. That's what I said. Because no one realized a skill level that, like, you look at Holiday, oh, yeah, he's a good player, but nobody realized, oh shit, he's their guy at the last 4 minutes of the game.
This series reminds me a lot of the Boston-Chicago Bulls series from last season, where the Bulls took an early 2-0 lead against the Boston Celtics. Things are going back to Chicago. Rondo gets injured. Rondo's healthy this year. Portland's going to New Orleans for 2 games, down 2 games. What do we expect for the Trailblazers? Do we think they can even the series or what?
I guarantee you the next game, if it's a close game at the end and they go to Holiday, I guarantee you they're going to double. Yeah. Because if you looked at these last 4 minutes, he can get by anybody at any given time. At any given time, he got to the basket anytime he wanted to.
I'll guarantee this. I don't think Dame is going to be held to only 18 or 17 points again in New Orleans. So I expect the series to get back to Portland.
If Dame does give you 30, this would be one of those 10 for 25 type of 30s.
Yeah, this is a kind of
because he has a guy that's actually he has 2 guys that's gonna play defense. Yeah. You got 2 guys that's gonna play defense. You got 1 guy who's gonna try to score.
I just can't imagine you holding him down for 3 to 4 games in a row.
But that's what I said. But we gotta remember, when you're playing against like a Steph Curry, Steph Curry ain't playing defense, so you're gonna get yours. Yeah. And then when you're guarding Steph, you really know, okay, pick and roll, I can switch, I'm gonna go to. So you get to save energy. He's not saving energy in this series.
Yeah,